The story of Adam and Eve is one of the most well-known and significant biblical accounts, narrating the origin of humanity. It explores profound themes of sin, free will, punishment, and hope. This story has become the foundation of religious and philosophical views on human nature, morality, and destiny. Today, we will examine the classic version of this story as told in the book of Genesis, starting with the creation of the first humans and ending with their expulsion from paradise. In the beginning, God created the universe, the earth, the sky, the stars, the seas, the land, animals, and plants. But the pinnacle of his creation was man. First, God created Adam, the first man. He took the dust of the earth, shaped it into a human form, and breathed the breath of life into it. Thus, Adam became a living being, created in the image and likeness of God. He was placed in the Garden of Eden, a magnificent place filled with blooming trees, green meadows, and pure rivers. God gave Adam dominion over all living things on earth, but set one important rule. He was forbidden to eat from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, or he would surely die. However, Adam was alone, so God decided to create a companion for him. He put Adam into a deep sleep, took one of his ribs, and from it created a woman, Eve. She became the first woman, equal to Adam, his companion, and a part of him. Together, they lived in paradise, enjoying harmony and closeness with God. The Garden of Eden was a place of incredible beauty and abundance. There was no disease, suffering, or death. Animals lived in peace with each other and with humans. God visited the garden daily to speak with Adam and Eve, teaching and guiding them. At the center of the garden stood two special trees: the tree of life, which granted immortality, and the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. The latter was the only forbidden fruit for the first humans. This restriction tested their ability to obey and trust God. Adam and Eve enjoyed their lives, knowing neither fear nor pain. But this did not last long. One day, a serpent appeared in the garden, a cunning and deceitful creature. It was the embodiment of evil and sought to tempt Eve. The serpent asked her, "Did God really say you must not eat from any tree in the garden?" Eve replied that they could eat from all the trees except one, or they would die. But the serpent said, "No, you will not die. God simply doesn't want you to become like him, knowing good and evil." Eve hesitated. She looked at the tree, and the fruit seemed appealing to her. She decided to try it, and then gave some to Adam. The moment they ate the fruit, their awareness changed. They realized their nakedness and felt shame for the first time. They sewed garments from leaves and hid when they heard the voice of God. When God asked what had happened, Adam and Eve began to make excuses. Adam said that Eve had given him the fruit, and Eve blamed the serpent. Then God pronounced his judgment. The serpent was cursed to crawl on its belly and become the enemy of humanity. Eve was condemned to painful childbirth and submission to her husband. Adam was sentenced to hard labor, working the land for food. After this, God expelled them from the Garden of Eden. An angel with a flaming sword was placed at the entrance to prevent anyone from returning. Thus ended the carefree life of the first humans in paradise. They found themselves in a world of pain and suffering, but God did not abandon them. He gave them a chance for redemption and hope for salvation. The story of Adam and Eve remains an essential part of religious and philosophical traditions, symbolizing choice, responsibility, and the pursuit of truth.